They had already played the third toughest schedule in the nation, but Monday night, Texas began a brutal stretch in which they would play 7 games against the top 15 teams in the nation. Let's head over to Waco, where Texas would face number 15 Baylor, who, by the way, had won 27 in a row at home against unranked teams. Early in this one, Shaka's guys have the advantage. Isaiah Taylor, a strong performance, one of his 9 assists, finding Javon Felix, who way back when burned Baylor for 27 when he was a freshman in Waco. Horns up by 2. Later on, early in this one, Kerwin Roach, Big 12 newcomer of the week. Texas goes up 16-13, and Lance, with less than 3 minutes to go in the half, the Horns bearing another one from downtown, Eric Davis Jr.
They were lights out, Alex. I thought this was the difference in this game tonight. And Isaiah actually got them started at the beginning of the game with his big 3. But in the second half, they were relentless, even getting the big fella involved down low, which frustrated Gathers, as you see there, with the back check.
Texas led by 6 at the break, but yeah, you see there early in the second half, Rico Gathers, Big 12's leading rebounder, getting frustrated, elbowing Prince eBay, things getting heated, just like they did in the recent history between these two squads. We flash back to March 2nd, 2015. Isaiah Taylor getting into it with Royce O'Neal. The benches would clear. Total 7 players on both sides would get ejected. Texas would later go on to win that one in OT, so there is a bit of bad blood. But back to the action in this one. The Bears down 4. Jonathan Motley, however, working down low, getting the bounce and the roll. It is a 2-point ball game, but Lance, Connor Lammert came up huge late in this one.
We talk about big fellas, we're thinking eBay, but Lammert was huge from deep, and he kept the floor open and did everything he needed to do to get the win. And eBay, he was just magnificent, able to finish around the rim. Those two, I thought, were huge in this victory tonight.
Connor Lammert helping to seal it with his 3rd 3 of the night. He dropped in 15. Texas is pumped as they take down another ranked team 67-59. Take a look at Isaiah Taylor, 12 points, 9 assists. Prince eBay, 9 points, 6 boards, and 5 blocks in the victory. But leading the scorers, Connor Lammert with 15. He's standing by with Holly Rowe.
First trip to Baylor under Shaka Smart, and heated emotions. What surprised you about this game tonight, Coach?
Well, our guys hung in there and kind of made some big shots. Our guys got stops when we had to. Baylor's a really, really good team. I got to give our guys a lot of credit for going on the road and playing 2 strong halves.
4-1 now against top 20 teams. As a senior, Connor Lammert, how did you come up with this performance, particularly from 3-point shooting land?
I mean, honestly, my focus was on my teammates in defense and getting stops. We gave up some easy offensive rebounds early in the game, but I think we closed it down well. And we really learned from our other experiences at Kansas, and we learned how to close a half.
How did you learn to close out a game and have that composure tonight?
Well, Coach always talks about putting it on our defense, and we want that to be our identity. We were fortunate to have some shots fall, and my teammates have a lot of confidence in me, but it was an overall good team win, and we got to give Baylor a lot of credit. It got heated at some points, but they're nothing but class after the game.
For you as a senior, what does it mean to be back on the right track for this Longhorn team?
It's huge. It's huge. My heart hurts for Cam Ridley, but he's going to be back, and we're excited to have him back, but this is for him.
Thank you, Connor.
Thank you.
Shaka Smart announces to the world that the Texas Longhorns are back. Another big road victory, 67-59. And Fran, it had a little bit of everything. Great battle of the bigs in this game.
Yeah, we had battles, Brent, all night long, and we talked about the 2 guys we highlighted, Rico Gathers and Prince eBay, and both of them were outstanding in their own way. Rico Gathers, terrific inside, finishing here. Watch him just muscle eBay out of the way. That's 265 he muscled out of the way. And then this is a ferocious dunk. 20 points tonight for the big fella. But you know what? We keep watching the transformation of a young big man that's getting drafted in the NBA, mark my words. Shot blocking, offense improved, and how about this throw down? Vicious.
You know, there was one matchup, eBay and Gathers, that we take a look at, but Lammert tied his career high with 15 points in this game, and then, you know, Rico Gathers, to me, was lucky to finish the game because he threw a deliberate elbow at the back of eBay when he came in and knocked him to the floor. They called a double technical because Taylor went over and he confronted. You see that shoulder right there when he knocked him down? Go ahead, Fran. What should it have been?
They called it a common foul, Brent, but really by rule that could have been called and should have been called a flagrant one, which would have meant 2 free throws for Texas and the ball. As it turned out, common foul, and he ended up fouling out of the game anyway. But a big play. But you know what? Texas, you talked about Isaiah Taylor sticking up for the big fella, eBay. We saw a little bit of that team togetherness from Texas, and it continues to grow under Shaka Smart.
I'm struck by the irony. There was a football scout looking at Rico Gathers here tonight because his future might be in the National Football League and not the National Basketball Association. And believe me, that didn't turn them away from Rico Gathers. So it was a terrific night for the Texas Longhorns, and they were able to celebrate in their locker room after a big win over a rival, the Baylor Bears. Texas on the move in the Big 12.